So JD keeps scoring win after his huge courtroom victory. And forget Disney and Pirates of the Caribbean rumors. This man actually has real work that goes to companies that believed in the man before his courtroom win. And the beautiful thing about this is that the media, they can no longer lock the man out, which is a win by itself. They need to cover him. They want to cover him. In fact, they'll cover anything about him. I mean, you notice this right here. They're talking about his brand new movie, but they're also talking about his hairstyles, for God's sake. Why are they talking about that? Because they've seen how people look at him. They saw the billions upon billions of hits saying that that man is innocent. They knew they screwed up. You and I were going to talk about this article and also what all of this truly means right now. I mean, this is fun times right here. This is fun times indeed. So hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently. And forgive the lack of editing to this. I just want to cover something, and I really want to show you what things look like after the trial, because it's like night and day. You know, before the courtroom, you couldn't get these people to talk about the man. And if they did, they always talked about it from AH's point of view. She was always pointing the finger. She was always calling him some type of monster. They were trying to ruin his career. I mean, they kept going again and again. Now, look at the difference. Quote, JD wears hair in braids as he heads out to film new movie after trial. The Pirates of the Caribbean star sported a brand new hairstyle as he prepped for his latest role, playing King Louis XV for an upcoming project. Again, look at the difference in their coverage. They know that they have to bow to what the audiences wanted. Audiences, they got sick of the way that they were covering things. And I love it because, most of these places, they don't want to cover it this way, but they absolutely have to. And again, they have to cover anything that comes up because people are insatiable for news. They're insatiable for victories. That's why they covered rumors about Pirates of the Caribbean and Disney, because they know that the guy, after his huge victory, he's just going to keep winning. But listen to this here. Back to work. JD was spotted rocking a new set of braids in his hair while preparing to film his latest movie. I can't pronounce that, by the way. The 58-year-old actor was seen walking around in Paris with his new hairstyle, new photographs taken June the 18th. The new movie is expected to be JD's first starring role after winning his trial against his ex-wife AH earlier in June. I love that too, by the way. Every time they bring up something, him doing a role, him bringing up any kind of victory, they bring up the courtroom victory as well, which cements that. It keeps people from rewriting what happens. It keeps them stuck to the truth. And the truth is that it wasn't the media that did this. It wasn't social media that did this. It was jurors that did that. And they cannot deny it at all. Other than fresh braids, they continue, they talk about his clothing some more because, again, they know they have to cover everything. He's rocking a style khaki brown jacket with some tassels hanging off, as well as a matching hat, black pair of pants, dress shoes. He's also carrying a suitcase and a scarf in one hand. Apparently, Johnny's on his way back from a costume and wig fitting for his upcoming film, where he'll play 18th century French monarch Louis XV. The beautiful thing about this, too, is that when this was first announced, the media actually piled on him. That was before the trial. They tried to wreck him. They tried to say, yeah, this is the perfect role for him. And they made comparisons to the person that he was going to play, saying basically, the real life stuff that happened with you, yeah, this is what happened with that guy. You see the parallels? Let's absolutely destroy him. Now, you don't see any of that at all. They just explain things. The film, it's still in production. It doesn't have a set release date yet, It will be directed by, and it tells who stars as the title character. The description for the film says, the life of who was born the illegitimate daughter of an impoverished seamstress in 1743, went on to rise to the court of Louis XV to become his last official mistress. The new movie isn't the only project that JD has on the horizon, by the way. They also talk about him going on tour with Hollywood vampires. That is selling, and it is selling big too. I mean, he is making money hand over fist. By the way, all of the people that they named there, Joe Perry, Alice Cooper, those folks, they stood with him behind the scenes. They made sure that they backed him. I've heard quite a few stories about how far they went to give those folks props because they stood when a lot of other people wouldn't. And then they said, JD certainly seems excited to get back to work after the trial against his ex-wife AH, although she officially appealed the verdict on Friday, June 24th. That's actually not how that happened, by the way. Even though he's awarded $10 million, JD's lawyers have made it clear that it wasn't about the money. It was about restoring his reputation. And he did that, by the way. He absolutely did. And you know what I love about this? That's the article. I mean, that is everything that's spotlighted here. It ends on a positive note. So again, for the first time in years, we are starting to see articles about JD, articles that aren't negative. I mean, this had nothing negative planted in it at all. It was very positive in it. It didn't try to take shots at him. It didn't try to say that the trial, it was some type of misdirection. Why? Because these places, they understood that's not what the public wants. I mean, sure, she has her PR machine out there. They're on full tilt. They're trying to rewrite what happened in the trial, but the general public, they don't want to hear it. They want nothing to do with it whatsoever. But anyway, let me know what you think about all of this. And as always, I appreciate the heck out of all of you. This stuff, I think it's absolutely amazing. Again, we're going to watch the media. I mean, there's some portions of it. They're going to try to buckle down. They're going to try to rewrite this stuff. But for every one of them, there's media that are like, hey, we need to do something different. We need to move on. We need to make things better. And yeah, I'm loving watching them eat their own. I mean, it is absolutely beautiful. But anyway, like I said, check out the channel, help it out if you want. There are links in the description. You being here, though, that is the biggest help of all. So thank you. I appreciate you. I also appreciate you tuning in, watching this to the end. Leave a comment, pineapple, if you get to this point, by the way. I appreciate that, like I said. Check out the links. Check out Locals, our comic books, all of that. But you make this work, so thank you. I appreciate you. End it here. See you soon.